Hey everybody, this is A7X Fan Ben, and this video is just a short reminder that there are 5 Pirates CSG surveys out there. I have them compiled in a thread at Miniature Trading, but you can find individual links to all of them in the description below. So I'm just going to go through each one quickly. These are all going to help me and also other Pirates people and players and fans in general. So the first one I started at college as part of a marketing class, and this one is about the game in general. So just a lot of personal questions about how much you play and collect and things like that. And some questions, especially on the first page, about restarting the game, relaunching it, things like that. So that one is a little bit long, but probably the most important and probably the best one to fill out. And I have shared some of the results of that, and I think I have a link to the survey results as well. That one has over 100 responses. That was the first one, came out in 2017, and that one is the one I would recommend the most. You can see it's the biggest font on Miniature Trading in the thread. Right now they're just organized top to bottom in the chronological order they came out. So the video survey is very short. This is just one page. This is for me, and I think I shared the results with Xerix, and I can share the results with anybody. The video survey, so this is great for YouTube, and I've talked about this one in the past on my channel. So go fill that one out. That one's really short. The podcast survey is even shorter than the video survey. And this one is great for God Mason and I, and anybody that wants to guest on the podcast to have a better idea of what to talk about on the podcast. If you're interested, how long you want the podcast to be, whether you prefer Pirates CSG content in video or podcast form, and that sort of thing. So that one's really short. So you could do the video survey and the podcast survey maybe within the span of the rest of this video. So anyway, just to give you an idea of how short they are. And the rules survey, this one is the longest one. This one is pretty intense. So there's a ton of questions about the rules of the game. This one is very useful, including the game ever restarts. We could use this kind of information to come up with like a community rule set, which I think would be really cool to know what everybody likes and dislikes and kind of take majority votes on some of the things that could potentially change. So this one's 7 pages, although 6 pages of questions it looks like. So, and this one and the last one, both of those are good to have some good playing experience. So if you've only played like 2 or 3 times, or even like 5 or 6 times, the final 2 surveys here I'm mentioning are something you might want to hold off on until you've got like 10 plus games, at least preferably, or you have a good handle on the rules and you've seen pretty much all the abilities in play. And speaking of abilities, the ability cost survey is the last one, and this one is all about abilities, as you might expect. So I've got a section for keywords, and then there's a ton of the abilities, not all of them, but a lot of the abilities that have clear point costs are listed in that survey as well. I've got ship type keywords. So that one is kind of long as well, but all of the questions are multiple choice. So the ability cost survey is pretty simple to fill out, but again, you'll want some playing experience for that one. So the first one, Pirates CSG main survey, is one I would highly recommend. A lot of people have already taken it, so thank you for that. The video and podcast survey, we could use more responses on both of those. They're both extremely short. And then the rules survey and the ability cost survey, they're more recent, but those are the ones that could use a lot more responses, especially at ability cost. I think that one only has like 11 or 12. So this most recent one at the bottom, you could definitely check that one out if you're a player. So anyway, so thank you for taking the surveys. I might have more, but these are kind of like the core 5 that I'll probably stick with. This covers a lot of the bases of topics I'm interested in and the things people should know about. So it's great to get community feedback, and I'll continue to share the results. Sometimes I make a results post on Miniature Trading in the original survey thread, but more likely going forward, I can actually just I can copy the link to the survey results that you can see at the end of each survey. When you take one, you can look at the results, and then I can actually copy that link and share it with everybody so they can see the general results as well, which is really interesting. I think quite valuable for the community going forward. So there's 5 surveys, varying lengths and types. So please take at least one of them or all of them, and thank you for filling them out. So this is A7X Fan Ben signing off, and I'll see you again soon for more Pirates videos.